Salute Knicks Nation. The streets are buzzing as the New York Knicks picked up a big road win in the NBA Cup. Now a 7-5 on the season. They win tonight in Washington, 120-99. There was some folly throughout the game, but the Knicks started hot and finished hot. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all that matters. Now we take this win in the first of this back-to-back and we move ahead. We keep it moving, and as always, we chop it up. Salute to the chat. Salute Replay Gang. Salute Knicks Nation. Feels good to get another big win. And it was tight in the third. It was back and forth. The Wizards hung around way too long. We'll talk about it. But Jalen Brunson turned up the Jets in the fourth. Quickley came alive. Randle chipped in throughout the game. We'll talk about him. And DiVincenzo stepping up late. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everyone for rocking along. Welcome in to the post-game live with CT on the streets of buzzing on the solo tonight. And we'll talk about it. This first game of this back-to-back, the fourth back-to-back of the season. And we head to Charlotte. And we've already taken care of them this season. I predicted the Knicks would win these three, and it's looking good so far, ladies and gentlemen. But we do have to talk about RJ Barrett missing tonight again through migraines. But we'll wait and see what happens tomorrow, because, you know, perhaps they were leaving him out, you know, and having him fresh for the next game tomorrow night. But Quentin Grimes with the sprained wrist, prayers up, and hopefully he comes good soon. Hopefully it's not too long. But it's always next man up with us and the New York Knicks. And our guys stepped up big time. And talking about DiVincenzo, Josh Hart continues to step up, and quickly. DiVincenzo and Josh Hart got the start. So plenty to talk about with DiVincenzo. I'd love to get your thoughts on Quickley not getting the start, but coming off the bench. You know, a lot of Knicks Nation were hopeful of seeing IQ get the start, but his spark off the bench late was definitely a big time performance again. Him helping the team execute late with that extra scorer, ball handler on the floor late as well. But the New York Knicks shot above 40% again. They forced the Wizards into tough looks, and Jordan Poole stunk it up tonight. So the role players needed to do more work for the Wizards. They did fight. They cut it to about 4 or 5 points in the third, but the New York Knicks were only another run away from extending the lead. That's exactly what we did. It wasn't pretty at times, but the offense was stalling a little bit. There was some stumbling and bumbling, and I will talk about it. Salute Knicks Nation. Salute Replay Squad. The streets are buzzing. Smash that like button. Now we're 7-5 with the chance to go 3 games over 500 with a big win in Charlotte tomorrow before we head back for some home cooking. Now, as always, we'll go around the league later in the show. We'll find out what's happening around the league, and we'll look at the standings and see where the New York Knicks are at right now. But taking care of business, guys, salute. On Friday night, Knicks, Sharp Powers in the building. How you feeling, fam? We got big task, easy work. Peace, Hulu, Cesar in the chat. Yep, great performance tonight to close it out. And Shah says this team is legit. You know, we're definitely going to have some ups and downs throughout the season, but yeah, it's pleasing tonight to see role players step up. You know, we know Brunson and Randle, what they're capable of, but when we really need other guys to step up, because we are short-handed, you know, with our 2 wings in the starting unit out, fam. But RJ Barrett, now, he was on court in warm-ups. He was putting up shots. Reports from the beat writers say he had a smile on his face. I'm kind of thinking like it's not as severe as people make it out to be. I think he'll be maybe good for tomorrow, or maybe they're just going to sit him out a little longer because, you know, this is the most winnable stretch. So, yeah, don't panic, guys, in terms of RJ. I think they feel like they can take care of these teams, and the longer you give RJ to recover and get right, and then we don't hopefully have no interruptions, you know, once he's back and back with the squad in full force, fam. But yeah, like I said, Dante did some great things. Here's a huge highlight play. He was always capable of doing this. He's been trying all season for the putback, and he put him on a poster right there as well. So the Knicks dominated the glass once again. We'll go through it with the stats, and we'll continue to shout you out, fam. Knicks Nation, we here. Orange and blue is what we do. And so the New York Knicks had 9 turnovers to end the third. We only had 5 turnovers in the entire first half, and we only ended up finishing with 1 turnover in the fourth. 10 total. And we'll look at our stats that I've got as the Knicks sit after 11 games. Where do we rank amongst the league in turnovers and other stats? I'm about to pull that up tonight as well, and we can chop that up. And we're good at forcing turnovers early. We didn't let Washington get comfortable. And I think our first quarter definitely helped us win this one because we made that statement early. And yeah, we were making sure that we were getting out on the break and getting stopped. So 14 turnovers for the Wiz. They shot 31% from 3. We shot 42%. So salute. Our 3-point percentage is going up, all the way up, in the words of Fat Joe. Field goal percentage is starting to come real good now, 49% for this game tonight. So that's really pleasing as well. 6 blocks. We've been last in the league in blocks. Tonight we got 6. So salute. 26 assists. The ball was moving quite decent as well, despite some follies in the third. And of course, rebounding. The New York Knicks are leading the league in rebounding categories. And we'll look at it soon, fam. 120. We're also putting up huge points. But the strength of the New York Knicks season so far has been the few points we've been allowing. Tonight, we again held Washington below 100 with 99. Second chance points dominated 17-9. New York fast break points 4-9. Washington got the better of us tonight there, but points in the paint was 40-46. Washington also had a solid game there. But look, when it's all said and done, man, we got timely buckets when we needed. Jalen Brunson stepped up big time in the fourth. A huge logo dagger 3, basically put it back up to 12, and we know it was curtains. Man, after that, the streets are laughing, says Big Tar. Salute. Another 30 piece for JB, stepping up big time in the fourth. He knows when to step all the way up. Julian Blum, salute. And Cash Out, salute. What's good? Daniel, what's good? The Knicks bench won in preseason. Our bench is deep, and they're ready to step up. I'm looking forward to seeing Deuce play well as well. I'm looking to see Deuce play well. Yeah, Deuce got some minutes with Fournier. Thankfully, Tibbs came to his senses, man, and gave the Knicks a 9-man rotation tonight. We needed it for the first of this back-to-back. And Fournier did some nice things, more on the defensive side, actually, believe it or not. He was able to stop penetration a couple times, got his hand in the passing lane, didn't hit many shots tonight, but happy for Deuce, and for Fournier to get some run. We are a big 15, and we're going to need everyone this season to keep everyone else healthy. And we'll look at the minutes in a minute. But Kuz stepped up for the Wiz with 19. Mitchell Robinson top rebounded with 8. Randle with 8 assists, so that was a great game. And 2 blocks for Josh Hart. So, yeah, some really good things, some trends that we've been seeing of late. And now about to give out grades and look at the road ahead. Fam, like I said later in the show, we'll find out where the New York Knicks sit in this pecking order right now with the games coming up. We are 1-1 in this NBA Cup. And we'll look at the standings. We've got Charlotte. We've got a day off. We've got Minnie back home. So we've got Minnie on the road. 3 days off. And then back to New York City. Baby, MSG. Right? And just to recap also now, this is before tonight's win. After 11 games before tonight, the Knicks were 5th in defensive rating. 14th in offensive rating in the league. We are first in opponents allowed points per game. Tonight we hold Washington to 99, so we're going to be number one once again. That's the best quality of our defense. We're holding teams below their averages. We're seventh in the fewest turnovers, only 10 tonight. So I think we're going to continue to be well in that area, taking care of the ball. That's important. We know we don't have the best offense. We know we don't have the the best firepower, but taking care of the ball, having fewer turnovers helps us win. We're third in the league in rebounds before tonight, 10th in steals, 19th in opponents' field goal percentage, and 17th in opponents' three-point percentage. So we're around middle of the league there, which is solid. We're fifth in opponents' points in fast break. That's what's also helping us not give up so much points. We are holding teams, stopping them on the fast break. We're first in opponent points by second chance. We're not giving any teams any second chances. Once you miss, we're grabbing the rebound. So we're best in the league at that. But on the flip side, 25th in points per game ourselves. So we're not scoring as high as some of these fast-paced teams. And of course, we're 29th in the league in pace. So, you see Tom Thibodeau on the sidelines, man. He's like, get up the court. Try to get easier looks as well. We know what happened in that third quarter. We can get bogged down a little bit. And we'll continue to chop the rest of that up later tonight, fam. But salute to the chat. Buzzing right now. Salute Replay Squad. Smashing that like button. Hulu says overall, this is a 50-win regular season team we're looking at. You know what? I'm feeling more good about my 48 wins, but with health and with getting through these tougher schedule parts early, I'm really feeling good. Yep, the runway is clear now, fam. The red carpet's rolled out. The table is set for us to take care of business. Now, we'll shout out our heroes. We'll give out grades. So give me your grades as we go along. And we start from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hart. He's, I think, second or third game in a row starting. Third game, I think, in the absence of Bully Barrett. Came up with some big plays late, as always. Hit a couple big shots, but 4 of 7. 50% from 3. He got 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, which I love. We're only averaging 2 blocks per game as a team tonight, and we're dead last in the league. So Josh Hart tonight himself got 2 blocks, 1 turnover and 1 foul, 9 points. Was a whopping team high, plus 27. Josh Hart, stand up. He'll get a B plus for me tonight. We know, he's not going to come out and score like RJ Barrett is. We're not looking for that. We're looking for him to be efficient, looking for him to rebound like he does, and play good defense. There was a couple head-scratching plays from Josh tonight. The one where he has that tendency to go coast to coast and quite have that tunnel vision, bully into traffic. And that came a little unstuck for Josh tonight. But, that's the reason we gave him that kind of money. He's that kind of, not the sixth man, but a guy who can come into a starting lineup, really, and start on any team in the NBA. He is what he is. But you just love the hustle. You love that energy. He embodies that New York Knick of yesterday, John Starks. A guy who is willing to get scrappy and do the dirty work. So I salute Josh Hart. He gets a B plus. His second solid game in a row, filling in for RJ Barrett. Of course, it's important just to win, man. When your big guns are out, and you just take any win you can. So salute. Yep, David, salute. What's good? I love this team. Appreciate you. Keep it buzzing. What do you guys give Josh Hart? I think a B plus is fair for his effort tonight. Could be given a B plus. But I think the fact that he was a team high, plus 27, that shows me every single minute he was on the floor. He was the leading Knick, basically, plus 27 in 31 minutes. So stand up. And we'll continue to talk about, Barrett's absence. Maybe he won't play tomorrow night. The fact that it is second of a back-to-back, and maybe they're keeping him out for next week. But whether he's back or not, Josh Hart is going to continue to do what he does in that starting unit, and Tibbs has made that call. So I think Josh Hart's been efficient the last 2 games. He's not hurting us, by missing. He's simply just not the offensive firepower that Barrett is. Now, Julius Randle tonight got the assists up once again. This has been a common theme from Juju. 8 big assists tonight, 7 boards. He's been flirting with a triple-double of late. We did run into some quicksand in the third quarter. Julius Randle did pick up a lot of his turnovers, 6 tonight. We're going to take that into account. The Wizards were adjusting with some length. He was kind of feeling like he could take advantage of any mismatch, but that's when Julius can sometimes run into some trouble, leaving his feet, pump faking a couple too many times, couple tunnel vision plays. But all in all, 9 of 18, efficient from the field. Was 3 of 6 from the line. I tweeted this out, but Julius Randle should not be shooting technicals. It's maddening. It's frustrating. He's not the best foul shooter. So I hope Brunson or someone else can step up. But Julius is that senior figure in the team, and he always wants to step up and take those shots. But tonight he missed the important technical, and he missed a couple of other free throws as well, which almost hurt us. But fortunately, we're able to put the beat down on the Wizards. Who are the third or I think second worst team in the East right now, with with good reason. Jordan Poole, we'll talk about him, but they're a mess right now, and they're headed for the deep lottery, which is interesting. The New York Knicks have Washington's protected pick, which is I think top 18 protected this year, top 12 protected next year. So we're probably not going to see that Washington pick convey until the final year, before it turns into 2 second rounders, which is probably going to be 25-26 season, with how bad they're looking. But that's a story for another day, man. Julius Randle, look, he chipped in admirably. In terms of offensive start, he was hot. Comes out the gate, the fast start Randle's back, which is solid. Like I said, did run into some issues later in the game. We have a tendency to play down to the opponents. Our offense is still clunky, but I'm noticing Julius cut off ball better. And I know a lot of other people have noticed it. People have called that out as well. So that's a good thing. Randle's been cutting off ball at the right moments, looks more engaged offensively. Again, I think defensively we still have some shortcomings, but the way Randle's starting games, the 3-point shot, he's not shooting as much. 1 of 5. He's playing more under control. So it's looking like Randle is playing more team ball. The assists are up, the vision is up. Sometimes he does want to take advantage of his mismatch, and that's where we run into some turnovers. But with a player like Randle, he's the perfect imperfect player. He runs into some issues, but you take it for what it is right now. On any night, he's the first, second, third option. We just have to play as a team and continue to move the ball. And tonight the assists were up, 26 assists, and Randle with 8 of them. So you have to salute that as well. You have to salute that. Randle, with that said, I'll give him a B+ as well, because 22 points on 8 assists, 50% from the field. Solid performance overall. Despite there being those issues that creep up, fam. Yep, David loves the cutting. Yep, definitely, man. It's noticeable. And our smarter decisions. Yep, passing out of the double. That was our weakness, fam. Trying to read what defenses are throwing at us at different times. Sometimes they blitz Randle. Sometimes they'll sag off and let him shoot. and he's processing all of that as well. It's been a little bumpy start of the season, but he's come good really over the last 5 games as well, and we're starting to click. And remember, I said the New York Knicks are only in third gear. I believe if the Knicks have 5 gears for the season, we're only in the third gear so far in terms of what we can see and the best yet to come. Vaughn, salute. Yeah, Dante game. Julius played a nice 2-man game in the first. Yep, good start for Dante, and we're about to hit on him. But money-making Mitch, man. Once again, I always look at the box score and I see huge rebounding numbers, and I only see less than 10 points. Mitch is in my fantasy team, and I'm trying to get some double-doubles out of Mitch, you know. I love to see him get a few more looks at the rim, you know. He has 4 to 6 points every time at halftime, and then he always finishes with 4 or 6 points. You know, he never gets any touches later in the game, which is frustrating, but man, Mitch's effort is always going to give you 110%. Light minutes tonight, 27. Hopefully, he should be good for tomorrow, man. He should be super fresh. But 4 of 3 from the field, 3 of 4 from the field, efficient. Missed 1 free throw. 3 offensive boards, 8 total. An assist. Mitchell Robinson had 1 assist tonight. He was passing the ball out of the double under the block, on the block. So that was good. Also, he had 1 post-up move tonight. He did post up his man, sealed his guy, got the dump down, dribbled twice, and unfortunately went up strong, missed the layup. But I was off my seat after that, man. I want to see Mitch get those kind of looks when he's deep and he's down low. Feed him, you know. He's going to start to improve, and he's going to start to convert those. You know, you do have to keep the defense honest by passing to him. Otherwise, it's 4 on 5. You know, and the defenses know that we may not pass to him. They're going to start cheating off of him a lot more as well. So, yeah, that's one of my critiques of the season so far. Get Mitchell and Robinson involved more offensively, but he's doing everything else. You know, the best, most consistent New York Knick for the season so far, although Jalen Brunson is coming up fast. But yeah, out of the 12 games now tonight, Mitch has been the most consistent player. Was a plus 16. Didn't get a steal, but his length is disruptive as always. Really runs the floor really well. Tracks back now, hardly ever gets beat. Never leaves his feet. Usually now that even dudes are pump faking him or rising up, Mitch is staying grounded, and he's disciplined. 1 foul tonight only. B plus again for Mitchell Robinson. Just that anchor of a strong defense for us. That is a stingy defense, like I said, holding teams below 100 constantly, fam. So yeah, without him, Hartenstein's sometimes hit and miss, but Mitch is so important to this team. Old head, salute, give IQ the bag. Good performance late from IQ. We're getting to him, no doubt about it. But before we do that, give me your thoughts on Dante's game. Ladies and gentlemen, the best game of Dante DiVincenzo's early New York Knicks career, fam. He was 5 of 9 in his first start, 24 minutes, 4 of 8 from deep, 4 big ones deep from DiVincenzo, and 2 boards, 2 offensive boards, and 2 defensive boards, 4 total, 14 points in the start. That's excellent. If DiVincenzo is going to start in place of Barrett or Grimes and give us 14 points on plus 50% shooting and 50% from 3, that's the luxury of we have, you know. A dude that we're paying 12 milli, and the mid-level, a guy who can come in and start if we need, stretch the floor. And tonight he really showed what he can do. He can play above the rim at times, and we see the huge put back on screen. I'm gonna get that one back up again, so for everyone to see once again this huge putback from DiVincenzo. Yet we've seen the athleticism, and he's going to continue to, to do that. He's going to continue to bring this highlight action to this Knicks team, right? Coming from the corner. Yet you got to get a body on him. You got to get that body on DiVincenzo, man. I think that was Poole. Yep, you see Poole's head being hung. After that, he's like, man, Mitch doing work there, hustling as well to keep it open, and that's the pressure that Mitchell Robinson applies. They lose track of everyone else. Mitch sometimes needs 2-3 bodies on him. But yeah, DiVincenzo, man, sky and high. But it's the 3-point shooting that is a big swing skill for Dante, and I can't wait to see him have better games. Even continue to get more comfortable. What was good about it was he didn't hesitate. When you do get the start, you got to just come in and produce. You don't get many opportunities, and DiVincenzo took that opportunity tonight, man. In 24 minutes, like I said, 50% from 3, 4 rebounds is nice from an undersized guard in 24 minutes. Only 1 turnover. We talked about it, but yeah, he's been a little shaky with the rock lately. That's a concern lately, but DiVincenzo only 1 turnover tonight, 1 foul, and 14 points and a +2. So, yeah, that's the depth that this Knicks squad has, ladies and gents, and we're producing right now, and we are 4 wins out of our last 5. So, and like I said, we're in 3rd gear, so that ain't bad. I don't think we're playing anything close to what we can, with everybody back, everybody healthy, the bench gelling, and I think we're in 3rd gear, and we're going to hit the 4th and 5th gear soon, I think, with this schedule starting to lighten up, and we're about to talk about it. But DiVincenzo, for me, he'll get I'll give DiVincenzo a B tonight, solid B, stepping up in his role, not doing anything flashy, but just filling in for RJ and Grimes, right? 14 points on efficiency, that's been better than what Quentin Grimes has given us quite a few times this year. So, when Grimes gets back from this sprained wrist, he's got now a chance to come back strong, and take back his starting spot. But right now, we need DiVincenzo to step up. These injuries come up, we need guys. Yep. Dante and Hart are sporadic shooters. Yeah, it's tough to stay in rhythm. Sometimes when you're not getting as many shots, you just got to stay ready. And I salute those two for that. To shoot efficient tonight, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. D Cool in the house, salute. Buzzer beater, let's go. We need IQ, says Buzzer. We most def do. We need this kind of IQ late, And, this is a second big game that IQ and Brunson have closed on the floor, and having that extra ball handler is so critical for this team. And I noticed, like I said earlier, we only had 1 turnover in the 4th quarter. That's what we need. That's a giant leap from the cardiac Knicks, turning it over late. And I salute that. Better ball handling, able to pass out of the trap, able to get the ball up the court faster as well, playing with those 2-guard lineups as well. So, yeah, big things ahead for this team, and the different lineups that we can play with, talking about the double guard lineup with Brunson and Quickley. We need to go bigger. We can go bigger with Barrett and Hart if we need, or Barrett and Grimes. We got versatility. Hopefully we just get everyone back soon. Now, the Brunson burner himself, ladies and gentlemen, sealed the deal. Like I said, he's shooting crazy from 3 right now. That's when we're talking about his game going to another level. Not many people talk about, could Brunson actually become a better 3-point shooter than what he's been doing? And he's been on an absolute tear lately. 6 of 10 tonight from deep, and 6 of 6, 100% from the line. That's what I like from my point guard, ladies and gents. Don't leave no points at the line. 6 of 6, 7 boards from your point guard, 3 of them offensive, 7 assists, 32 points, 10 of 23 from the field, A++ from Jalen Brunson tonight, ladies and gents. Yeah, difficult to really falter him. Obviously, there was some stalling in the third, like I said, but that was down to everybody. What matters is how you close. Jalen Brunson closed the deal. He shut the door, turned the lights off. And I'm loving the combination of scoring with the assist numbers. 7 assists on 32, and only 0 turnovers. So a crazy assist to turnover ratio with 7 assists and 0 turnovers, fam. Buzzer beater, give Brunson an A for that. Yeah, I could see that. I could feel that. Deuce's defensive impact, Vaughn says, is off the charts. Notice that lineup with Deuce, Josh, iHeart, Devo, and IQ is defensively insane. Yeah, I love that. Great point. You know, those guys are switchable, good on-ball defenders, and discipline as well. Yep, you hit the money with that one, fam. But yeah, look, you can't complain with Brunson, man. 7 assists, no turnovers, big-time threes. You know, ain't the most perfect player because, you know, we know he's lacking size. Pause. But yeah, he lacks size. You know, they can trap him, they can frustrate him, they can bump him, they can get physical and get him off his spot. But what I love about Brunson most is he fights through it, man. He just gets to that bucket whenever we need, or he'll get to the line, he'll make something happen. He'll make play after play after play. Now, you know, we know his points could come down and he could be a 10 assist point guard any night, but what we need from him is more scoring because he is one of our best scorers. It's point simple. You know, on a team that's a pass-first point guard that has better options, like a Mike Conley, then you need to get your 10 assists. On this team, Jalen Brunson is one of our best scorers, and we need points. We need points big time from him. And yeah, he stepped up once again for that A+ for me. Now, ladies and gents, like the chat's been buzzing all night, a guy who people want to pay big time money to, Emmanuel Quickley, on a night without Barrett, without Grimes, coming off the bench. Emmanuel Quickley is showing why he is the 6th man of the year, ladies and gentlemen. 33 minutes, big time minutes, 10 of 18, 55% from the field. That's crazy. 4 or 5 from the field, from the line, 6 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, and just 1 turnover. Playing excellent defense, can score at will. You know, you kind of see he can score so many ways that he gets a little stuck in terms of passing, driving, floatering, pulling up. He can do it all. But Quickly he's going to grow in that area. He's young. The sky's the limit. You know, we see what Tyrese Maxey is doing. I think Tyrese Maxey is deserving of his accolades. You know, he's the starter for the Sixers. He's producing. There is, you know, a talent. I think there's some talent gap between the two, but I think Quickley is very similar in terms of a guy who will end up in that kind of role at some point. Will be a starting guard, I think, in the league. You know, and the ability to certainly close games out well, get to the line. He's that triple scoring threat in terms of spotting up, driving, and also getting to the line. Right, he's a multi-dimensional guard. What I love about Quickley a lot is his rebounding. That can go under the radar. 6 boards tonight. That's big time. 4 assists, you know, and 27 points. But a lot of those points came up late, you know, when the game was, you know, winding down. But nonetheless, you know, Quickley does come to play in the 4th as well. That's what I love about Quick. Buzzer says IQ that A. Yep, grade A student, fam. Tony, what's up? Jordan Poole has fallen off. I thought he was supposed to be good. Man, I thought he was supposed to be good. You know, the world thought he was good when he was with Washington, with Warriors, fam, with Golden State. You know, it goes to show that playing with Hall of Famers like Steph, Dre, Clay can make you look pretty good. You know, it feels pretty good to be the third option on the Warriors. Now he's the number one option with the lowly Washington Wiz, right? You know, and he's gonna get more struggles. You know, the struggles are not gonna let up, ladies and gentlemen. As we see a great steal of Juju's put back over Koulibaly's length. He had a solid game, but I think Poole is that guy who's really the third, fourth option. He's just getting paid too much. You know, he's getting paid like a starter. And you know, there was different circumstances why the Golden State Warriors paid Poole that much. You know, they had a nucleus of a championship team, and they were already over the tax, so they had to pay Jordan Poole to keep him. But normally, for me, he's not worth that kind of money. You know, I think again they had to pay him just to keep him together as well. So. Headache we don't have to have right now. We got cost-friendly contracts with RJ Barrett on 25 milli. We got you know, guys like Quickley, who's on rookie scale deals, producing 6 man of the year kind of stuff. Quentin Grimes still on the rookie deal. So we're looking pretty good right now. Quickley had fam in the house because he's from Baltimore, and it felt good. For him finishing the game out like that, man, with a kind of like a 50 plus fam in the building, and it was another Madison Square Garden 2.0, as the crowd was going crazy tonight, shouting out these New York Knicks, right? Now Julius Randle here was going to work, and another one of his big assists to Quick for the pull up there. That's one area I think Quick's really improved. I think moving off the ball, he's really good at that catch and shoot now, and real quick release, and he's getting into it right now. This was the big Brunson dagger, the Brunson burner, the pull up there. He was how many feet behind the line? The 3-point shooting is just going to next level, 6 of 10. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're dangerous with these 3-point shooters. And on the season, tonight we shot 42% from deep. Now on the season, we're shooting fairly decent from the 3-point line. We're 7th in 3-point percentage before tonight, and another 42% to add on top of that. I think we might be going up a spot or two. So, you know, who would have thought coming in, you know, a lot of people saying we need shooters, we need snipers, we need more 3-point shooting in the units. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 12 games or 11 games before tonight, we're 6th or 7th in 3-point shooting percentage. We're just actually not shooting enough. We're 28th in the league in field goal percentage, but 6th or 7th in the league in 3-point percentage. So that's telling me we're shooting way better 3-point shots, but we're not shooting enough because our offense is, we are, 20, what are we in points per game? We're basically like 25th. Yeah, we're 25th in points per game, but we're shooting amazing 3-point percentage. So yeah, we can get that up, fam. Quentin Grimes, no hesitation, quick. JB, yep, salute, Michael. Our offense is starting to click right now, but our defense is stingy. Good game from IQ. Mitch Robb, yep, we're loving it. Tony says mid-range jumper been coming up short, according to Lowe. for that one on the Zach Lowe pod. Brunson's effort, that's relating to that. You feel, in terms of my thoughts on that, I feel like Brunson, he had a big summer, and I think, he's giving more effort defensively. I think that could be it. Fatigue does set in late. Often, I think he needs a moment to really set his feet. Brunson's not that kind of guy like a DiVincenzo or a Quickley that can just bounce and pop the shot quickly. When Jalen Brunson does get his feet set for that extra half second, I think he usually gets the right strength, power on the shot. So I think that's coming. I think with more ball movement, the assists are up as well. Now we're 27th in assists, but we've been getting that up recently. And tonight was another solid game, 26. What I like is that we're taking care of the ball more, only 10 turnovers, and we're actually forcing more turnovers also. So another big 120 points, holding Washington 99 was excellent. But Emmanuel Quickley, he gets that A+ for me tonight. A or A+, depending on how you saw the rest of the game. But the finish was excellent. The rebounding, the shooting, taking control, man. Such a great situation to be in, man. When you're talking about, a guard who can come off the bench and can draw fouls, can score, in so many different ways, fam. Salute Knicks Nation out here. We're 2 games above 500 in the best situation this season, and it's been bumpy. Slow start, but we really are just stuck in third gear, and I think we're about to hit the jets. Now, Miles McBride, iHeart, Evan, and Jeffries and Sims got some action as well late. But iHeart's effort, always there, 8 rebounds, 3 offensive, 2 assists, a steal, a block, just 1 turnover, 4 fouls, 3 points. I'll give iHeart a B tonight for his effort. Didn't do a whole lot on the score, but the rebounding is important. That's what we need from iHeart. His positioning is key, and his second and third, fourth efforts, ladies and gentlemen. We are right now. We are first in the league, number 1, ladies and gentlemen, in opponent point second chances. So we're stopping teams from getting what we're doing, which is getting a second look at the rim. That's important. The boxing out, the sealing your man off, reading the play as well, and taking care of business. And I think they're the unsung things that iHeart brings, Josh Hart brings, DiVincenzo, and Mitch. These kind of things that don't show up on the box score, the box out, the reading the play, and skying for a board like Hart does, to make sure, in the absence of Barrett, that the team doesn't get another second chance. Remember last year how many kind of back-breaking losses we had because the team was unable to secure a defensive possession, and like a Luka Doncic or Trae Young was able to get a second shot up and get a back-breaking 3. Well, the New York Knicks have improved dramatically in that area. We're top in the league at stopping opponents from getting a second chance point. So that's big time, fam. Absolute big time things for us, man. And the rest will come along. We'll continue to break this thing down. Also, we'll be back on live tomorrow night, post-game live, and in Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. We can go 8-5 on the season, and we can start to really rack up these wins. iHeart gave him a B. Deuce McBride got his 14 minutes. Like the chat said tonight, he was on point defensively. Deuce McBride was getting into the passing lane and was getting chippy as well. So Deuce McBride got a steal, got out on the break, helped us early in the game, was 2 of 3, hit 1 3-pointer, 5 points. Deuce McBride's just in there for his effort defensively, getting scrappy and making sure that we can stop the opponent from getting into the half court set. Look, happy for Deuce to get some minutes. That is a small positive from an injury situation. A Deuce getting burn and showing what he can do, and we're going to need him throughout the 82 games, no doubt. And the fact that he can just shoot 3 shots, 66%, hit both of them. He's not coming in for offense. Just shoot it when you're open, Deuce. And like I said, get out on the break. Get loose. Get those steals. Make it difficult for them to get in their sets. And man, he's such a strong on-ball defender, man. He's a pleasure to see out there, man. A New York Knicks throwback. Charlie Ward, Chris Childs, kind of get in your grill and make it difficult and throw your guy off his game. Fam, like old head says, good to see Deuce and Fournier. Yep. Washington got a long way to go. Yep. Yeah, good question, Buzzer, man. I think why we're so low in assists right now in terms of the team is because early we weren't moving the ball. I think that's in such a short sample in 11 games. I think the first 4 games really hurt these statistics in terms of the assists, fam. But we're 27th. Let's see. I think tonight we should move up. I think 26 assists. Hopefully we move up a spot, fam. But that also tells me that the rest of the league's offense, they are moving the ball. We are the number 1 isolation team heading into this season. I'm not sure of the isolation possession stats for this season. That'll be interesting to look at. If we can get that up shortly at some point, I'll definitely break that down for us all, fam. Ladies and gentlemen, we're rocking out with the best chat in the biz and the best fan base in the streets. And I smash that like button because the streets are buzzing. And we are now 7-5. And we're about to look at the standings, and we're about to look at what's happening around the league before we wrap up and look ahead to tomorrow night's second leg of this back-to-back. But Evan Fournier, a couple of things I appreciated from Fournier tonight, and it was all on the defensive side. Not known for that. Offensively, he struggled, 1 of 6, missed a couple of his 4 threes. A couple of them came late in the shot clock, so I'm not feeling like Fournier's in a slump or nothing. But I like the fact that he was able to drive, pass it out a little, put the ball on the floor. The size, that's the versatility Fournier brings. But he got a couple of stops, 1 steal, and he also stopped another certain bucket as well. So Fournier, not known for his defense, but you could see he was given more effort. You could see he wants to, keep his spot. He wants to play. And tonight he was given max effort. Tonight the ball wasn't falling for him, but he got his 15 minutes tonight. I'm happy to see him get some burn. We need extra bodies right now. That's all I'll say, man. We're a little short-handed, and hopefully Grimes ain't out too long. But I could see Quentin Grimes being out for at least a few weeks. Maybe at most a few weeks. That's just a bold prediction. He's got a sprained wrist. Now, a couple of weeks might sound long, but we don't have many games next week. I think we're only got 2 games next week, so we'll see how it shakes out. But fortunately, we have Evan Fournier able to step in, Deuce McBride, and these guys, DiVincenzo, Quickley, that can come in hard as well. So that's why we said our depth is our strength, ladies and gentlemen. And also people were thinking like Evan Fournier's contract, they were worried whether he was going to play or not, and when is he going to get traded. I think we're still holding on to his contract for when the big trade is available, because we need that salary. Quickley's not earning any salary right now, so we can't trade him in a big deal if there was one. We need a bigger salary, and that's why Evan Fournier is still here, really. No doubt about it. Washington, man, got a long way to go. I think they're headed for the lottery. I don't actually know if they've got their draft pick, fam. But yeah, Jordan Poole is that dude that you want when you tank. 100%. The number one tank commander in the league. Shooting with his eyes closed. Shooting, turning around like Steph when the shot's up. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of that. So we're about to look at the standings, and we'll look around the league, fam, and see where things are at. Let's bring this baby up, and I'll refresh it right now. We can see where we're at. But yeah, salute everyone out here rocking out. Salute Knicks Nation. We are now 7-5 on the season. Now the Celtics, you see, number one spot. They're at 10-2. No surprise, because they've got more depth, more players that are able to contribute in the starting five. But it's going to be a long season. We'll see how Kristaps does. We'll see how Jason Tatum can continue to carry the team, stay healthy. But the Celtics coming in at number one. We've got the Sixers 9-3. Tyrese Maxey's been the story of the season so far, and they go as far as he can help. And Joel carry them. So I think we're as good as the Sixers. I think we can still beat them on any night. I look forward to playing them, fam. Coming in at third, the Bucks have pulled off a couple big wins, 8-4, and are tied with the Heat. Hot start, 8-4 as well. So tied for third and fourth of the season. The Indiana Pacers have been setting the pace at 7-4. Tyrese and their young guns. Obi's had a great couple games. So the Pacers, I really look forward to seeing the Knicks battle the Indiana Pacers coming in. That's going to be a feisty matchup. You know about that, man. Then the New York Knicks now coming in the 6th seed at 7-5, outright 6th seed. Ladies and gentlemen, after this win, we are now in the playoff bracket now, outside of the play-in. We're a lone 6th seed coming in at 6th, 7-5. We play tomorrow night, so we can get that extra win on the Pacers. We'll move up. Then we've got the Magic. They're doing well. I salute them. The Cavs, who everyone thought was better than us. Everyone thought the Cavs should be the 3rd seed. Everyone liked their pickups. So far, they're okay, but they're not doing excellent. They're not doing great. 6-6, tied with the Nets and the Hawks, ladies and gentlemen. So they've got work to do. I expect the Nets to stay in the play-in bracket. I think the Hawks have a chance to drop out. Not impressed by Trae Young. Not impressed with the rest of that team. They need a little more firepower. DeJounte Murray not known for his offense. Trae Young been struggling offensively. Then, exactly as I predicted, the Raptors, the Bulls, and the Hornets, the Wizards and the Pistons round out the cellar dwelling East. Raptors, Bulls, Hornets, Wiz, and Pistons. Nothing's going to change, in my opinion, there. Maybe the Raptors get hot. I could see them climbing up and stealing the Hawks spot. But certainly, man, the Pistons, the Wiz, the Hornets, and the Bulls are going to stay there. Of course, the Chicago Bulls are going to blow it up. Now the cat is out of the bag, and Zach LaVine is going to get traded. But there's another thing I wanted to talk about tonight in terms of a trade rumor coming up, is that the Detroit Pistons are looking to potentially move Bojan Bogdanovic, the veteran wing, 6'8", a sharpshooter averaging 21 points per game. He hasn't played this season yet. He's out with a calf strain for 4 weeks to start the season. So he might come back in the next week or two. He'll be reevaluated. It'd be an interesting acquisition. If we're not giving up much, I think I could see the Knicks entertain an upgrade in terms of maybe putting Quentin Grimes to the bench and playing RJ Barrett at the 2, Bogdanovic at the 3. That would give us a bit more veteran experience. But like I said, I'm not really keen on making anything big in terms of giving up anything for him. Now, I'd rather give Quentin Grimes this year to develop and play in that starting spot. But should our record not be great, maybe we need that extra punch. I could see the Pistons give up Bogdanovic because he's not even playing for them right now, and they're 2-11. It serves them no purpose to keep him. He's a veteran that they can get assets back for, and they're headed for the lottery. So why do they need him? And like I said, he hasn't even played a game for them this season. So look out for that. That's just something that caught my eye in terms of a Bojan Bogdanovic acquisition. I think Tibbs would be for it, but like I said, I'm more looking for the long term, and I want Quentin Grimes to stay in the starting lineup. But yeah, that is the standings right now for this East. The Knicks in sole 6th spot now, with a chance to go 3 games over 500. Now let's look at the games today, and I look at the action to see who picked up their wins. So right now we got the Blazers and the Lakers doing battle. The Lakers up, as you see, to end the first. Right now, that's a big game for the Lakers at 6-6. They're struggling. We'll peep the West in a minute. And next we have the Phoenix Suns, expected to pull that one out. They need that one bad as well to go to 500, ladies and gentlemen. Then later tonight, the Clippers, could they pick up their first win in the James Harden era? I would say that's a must win. The streets will be buzzing if the Clippers lose tonight and go 3-8, with the Rockets going 7-3 on the reverse. Let that sink in, ladies and gents. Right now, we heard today Russell Westbrook has nominated to go off the bench now. So maybe some cool heads are prevailing right there. You can't have those 4 guys all on the court at the same time. We got the Wiz, of course, going down to our New York Knicks now. They're 2-10, and the Knicks starting to click. The Bucks put the absolute beat down on the Hornets, who we see tomorrow. We'll look at the box score there, and we'll see what it looks like, fam. I'm gonna, as we continue to go, I just want to see who played minutes tonight for the Hornets. So LaMelo Ball put up crazy numbers. He was 12 of 28 from the field for 37 points tonight. He's their lone shining light. But Mark Williams put up 16 boards, 11 points, and it looks like Miles Bridges returned with his 17 points. So looks like we're going to see some Miles Bridges action tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. There's been some controversy about it. I'm not here to talk about it, but at the end of the day, Miles Bridges is a talent for them, but I don't think he's going to help their chances of making the play-in. I still think they're going to struggle. Gordon Hayward played 28 minutes. Washington played 26. Williams 31. And LaMelo Ball played 34. Miles Bridges played 33 minutes. So those guys all played big minutes. So we look pretty good for tomorrow. We look fresh. Not that we, should struggle, but you just never know, man. It is on the road. Yeah, and also it's noteworthy that the Hornets don't travel. They play tonight at home. They play tomorrow at home as well. So, but it ain't like we have to travel far. So let's get it. Now the Kings 7-4 starting to click. Good win. And the Spurs definitely look like they're lottery bound after a hot start from Wembanyama. They've come back down. Now the Celtics, hard-fought win over the Raptors. That's good for us, you know. Get the Raptors fallen further down in our division and off our necks, which is good. After a good start, the Raptors have really come back down to earth right now, so that's good for us. Unfortunately, Cleveland picked up a nice win over Detroit at home to go 500, so that was big. Now the Hawks were outmatched, no surprises. Struggle town for the Atlanta Hawks right now. They're under pressure right now. I could see them doing more trades. I think Pascal Siakam or Zach LaVine could be that they could enter the sweepstakes, because I think they need to do something right now. They're kidding themselves if the Hawks think that they're in the mix. They're not even in the second tier for me. It's Philly, Milwaukee, and the Celtics. And then you've obviously got the Heat, Knicks. The Heat, Knicks, Cavs. I'll reluctantly even put the Cavs, but I think the Heat and Knicks might be, in that second tier. And then the third tier, you've got the rest right now. The Pelicans, huge win for them. Talk about much needed win. They moved to 500 as well. They needed that, man. Let's see what happens with Zion moving forward. I still don't think that's a long-term thing. I think they're bound to miss the playoffs, the Pelicans. I think the West is just too deep. And the surprise packet so far, the Orlando Magic and the Indiana Pacers of the East, just further putting the beat down right now on the Chicago Bulls. So that is the action from today, and we'll get ready to get some rest for tomorrow night's big game. But once again, we will look at the West, the standings for a minute, as we just see the New York Knicks hold on to sole 6th spot now, 7-5, and I think we can pass the Pacers tomorrow night. The West, we have the Dallas Mavericks, who have started well, in second, behind the Nuggets. We got the Timberwolves in third, 8-3. I salute what they're doing. They definitely were under pressure to do something this year. It looks like they're good value for a play-in playoff spot. I don't think they're going to make too much noise. Some people are asking, are they title contenders? I don't think so. But Anthony Edwards has definitely stepped up his game. I expect them to start to fall a little bit. Now the Rockets, interesting. I just don't know what to make of them yet. It's still very, very early. They've obviously got huge upside with their rookies. Really, that's what's going to take them further. The better the rookies start playing for the Rockets, the better they're going to be in terms of moving up. But the Thunder, 8-4 in 5th. That's solid for them. No surprises. The new tide of the West is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, with the Kings in 6th. And then the Lakers, some people had them in 10th. Former player Andrew Bogut predicted them in 10th, and it got a lot of critique. But right now they're in the 7th spot, 500. Health is a concern. AD, LeBron, I expect them to make the play-in, but I don't think they're going to do anything, man. They got too many old heads, I think. And I think they're going to be the ones to trade or try to trade D'Lo or Hashimura to get Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine would love to be there on the West Coast. And then we've got the Warriors. They're going to miss Draymond for a few games now. And again, another team, I think, whose era is finished. Done and dusted. I dropped Andrew Wiggins in my fantasy team. He's been absolutely god-awful this year. Steph's out. Clay's not Clay anymore. I think, they should thank their lucky stars. They pulled that last championship out, and I think it's time to hit the reset button, man. I think they're kidding themselves right now if they think they're just going to flip a switch. I just don't see it defensively no more. They just don't have it. Man, they don't have it, fam. If they were smart front office, they would flip a few veterans and get that rebuild around Steph real quick. I'm talking about Draymond and Clay. Sometimes you've got to make tough decisions, but the tax bill is hefty, and they're not doing anything, I think. And then speaking of not doing anything, the Phoenix Suns, Bradley Beal ruled out for another 3 weeks. We don't know what that team is going to look like until they're all together. I think they do have the luxury of being able to just get everyone back later in the season and start clicking. I could see them rattling off, 8 wins in a row once they get back. So I'm not panicking if I'm the Suns, but being in 9th right now does have to be a little concerning. I think their depth pieces aren't really showing to be significant right now. Could they want to try to make another move? Let's see. And then for all that smoke, the Pelicans are in 10th with Zion, with Brandon, all of that. They're not really going to go anywhere, I feel. And then I think the play-in lottery situation is going to be very similar. And I'll be surprised if the Clippers can really elevate. The time is now. Talking about if I'm the Clippers, it's the next 10 games is going to be critical, really. You can't afford to dig yourself too much of a hole in the West. And I was seeing it before. 3-7 is horrific, given the talent with Kawhi, PG, the bench they've got. That's disgraceful. But yeah, they made the big move, and then they've got to do it right now, basically. And then I think missing Ja Morant, the Grizzlies might be a dark horse to make a run late if they can get Ja back, and they can pull off 5-6 wins in a row. But yeah, they're gonna have to come back from a deep hole, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that is the look right now. Nothing surprised me in the East, guys. What are you thinking? Has anything surprised you? Buzzer says Bojan Bogdanovic can kick rocks. No way I trade him for IQ. Salute. Amen to that, man. You're preaching to the choir about that. If you can get him for... See, I don't know what his salary is, because, yeah, you're going to have to match salary. So if we could get him for Fournier and a pick, a protected pick, I'm definitely looking at it, but I don't see the need right now. If we're looking good at the deadline, I don't see a need. Dirty says Scotty has made the leap, but Pascal is starting to look old. Yeah, you said it, man. I think sometimes we forget that for one guy to thrive, another guy has to have less ball or less shine. Sometimes the play styles just don't suit, and it's not like they play great off of one another as well. Yep, and then Miles Bridges in action tomorrow night. Dirty says IQ for Bojan, and they unprotect the pick that we have. Now you're talking. Not that I want to lose IQ, but yeah, if they want to unprotect their pick. See, Jaden Ivey is a big piece for them. They've got Duran now. They've shored up the big man spot. Cade Cunningham, the point forward wing. I think Jaden Ivey could be the missing piece or the point guard spot for their big time rebuild, I think, in the future as well. But if I'm a Pistons fan, IQ would be box office for them to see him night in, night out. Play defense, put up 30 points. At the end of the day, yeah, like I said, Jaden Ivey needs to step up. Man. Regarding Zach LaVine, let Zach rot with these clutch buddies. Yeah, man, let him rot out in LA. Let's see where else he could go. I think the Raptors, let him rot in the 6. Let him go. Who else could need him? Maybe a Smokey. The Kings or the Pels. I think, yeah, you look no further than those teams on the cusp. The Lakers, just teams that feel like they need an extra piece to get up there as well. But it's going to be interesting because the Bulls don't like to do good business. They like to play hardball. And that's the reason Zach LaVine has not been traded in the last 12 months. The asking price has been too high. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not surprised by the Nets, not surprised by the Hawks. Not surprised by the Cavs, believe it or not. You know, a lot of people felt they were good for the third seed. Hell, some of them had them in the competing for the top of the East. You know, in the same tier as the Celtics and the Bucks and the Sixers. Early days, Garland, Spider. We'll see how that plays out. They definitely are a candidate to move up the standings, but I think that's kind of where they're going to be. You know, between 8 and 5. The Orlando Magic, I can expect them to also stay around where they're at. Maybe they're going to run into a little wall with the young guys, but they've got good depth. So I could see the Magic being good value for a play-in spot, but definitely not for a top 6. Right, I'll be surprised. The Indiana Pacers, kind of similar. I'll be less surprised if they can snag a top 6 spot, but I do think they're going to run into a little bit of a wall at some point this season, right? They're just too young to keep this kind of pace up. I don't know who they've played yet. I think when you take into account the schedule that the Knicks have had, surely some of these teams have had a super easy schedule, or a more easier schedule than the Knicks. You know, we've had 4 back-to-backs now in 13 games, which is, we've said time and time again, ridiculous. But however, the Knicks now have the easiest schedule for the rest of the year in terms of the least back-to-backs. So yeah, we got the heavy lifting, man, out of the way. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little surprised by the Sixers. I didn't expect them to still be that hot. I guess Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid, but Tyrese Maxey is the man of the hour right now. It just goes to show, man, you take away a veteran who's still good, but in the way of a young player developing, and you're never going to see that player grow. And that's the thing that people are saying about Quickley. You know, Quickley Hive, stand up. If Emmanuel Quickley had his own team, you know, like I said, we might not see Tyrese Maxey numbers, but we're going to see a player that's going to get more used to their role and be more efficient at it. You know, and quite frankly, man, James Harden just not that good of a player no more. Didn't show up in the playoffs, and he's not nimble like he used to be. Ain't that one-on-one, you know, foul, get to the line, drive threat. He's a good shooter still. You definitely don't want to leave him open, but yeah, he's just he's basically a nice third option, I think, on a championship team. But except he doesn't play defense. He's a little out of shape, and you know, he doesn't give you effort all the time. So with that salary, it's risky, man. When you talk around the league, you know, we've got Ben Simmons out with a back nerve injury on his salary, James Harden's salary. The New York Knicks again need to get more credit for we don't have a bad salary on our books, you know, so salute to that. And that's what I talk about upside. You know, we can shift pieces around. We're flexible. You know, we're the definition of flexibility with the New York Knicks right now. And you wait till next year when all these teams are going to be strapped. All these teams are going to be hard capped. They can't make trades. They've got ridiculous contracts like Zach LaVine on their books. They're going to come begging. They're going to come crawling to the New York Knicks, hoping to facilitate trades, all of that kind of stuff. And then I mentioned Evan Fournier. Somebody mentioned on Twitter tonight, I think it was Robert, salute Robert, about Fournier's option. The New York Knicks might have a choice where they could pick up Evan Fournier's option if they want, and for his final year of the deal. If there isn't any deal we can make yet, we can pick up his option for one more year and have that expiring money in a trade once again. So, like I said, definition of flexibility right now. So, what are we feeling, fam? Dirty says, I feel like the Sixers and Dallas records are most inflated by unsustainable shooting. Yep, good points. Two teams that I feel have overachieved slightly from my expectations. The Dallas Mavericks a little more than slightly. But yeah, they're unknown still because, you know, they're getting great production from these new players that we haven't seen. The Grant Williams, Derek Lively, the defensive depth that Dallas has now with Exum on the wing, Derek Jones, Tim Hardaway still putting up points. It's going to be interesting. Kyrie and Luka. I think Dallas are going to be good for a playoff spot. I think they're going to be able to survive the tough parts of the schedule with their depth. But of course, if Luka or Kyrie goes down, that could change. But yeah, in terms of the Sixers, we'll see with Maxey. He's surely going to come, regress a little bit from what he's been doing. Michael, yeah, James Harden and the Clips tonight, they play, and they need to pick up the win against the Rockets. But I won't be surprised if the Rockets get that one. I really won't. The Rockets are playing fast. They're physical. They've got the good veterans now that can help them. It's going to be interesting. I think the Rockets could be decent for a play-in spot as we slide to the West. They are right now, man. They're in a 4th spot. Early days, but 3 games over 500. Maybe had an easy schedule, but I think the Thunder are going to move up, and I think the Kings should start to move up. I think the Lakers will stay in the play-in. I think the Warriors, if they stay healthy, could hold on for a play-in. The Suns, the Pelicans, and the Clippers need to get healthy, and they need to move up fast. So that's going to be real interesting for them, ladies and gentlemen. But we are now 1-1 in this cup situation. We'll see what the standings look like with this cup situation. I'll try and pull that one up. But yeah, we're only basically we'll be 2nd or 3rd in our group. We've beaten the Bucks. We've beaten the Wiz now. We've lost to the Bucks. We play the Heat and we play the Hornets coming up. Now, yeah, the big story today is Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett. Grimes with the wrist sprain. Now, I think he might be out for a little bit, maybe a week or 2. But like I said earlier in the show, next week we only play 2 games. So rest up. Don't risk it. Let that heal. We have the depth, and we need Quentin Grimes healthy. And with RJ Barrett, I think he'll be day to day. He'll be 50% chance tomorrow, questionable. We wait and see. Reports are he looks better. He looks less in pain. Maybe the migraine's kind of less severe. Maybe it's not even a migraine. I wouldn't put anything. I wouldn't rule anything out right now. It could be an excuse for knee soreness, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Migraines suck, especially if they're acute. Your vision is blurred, your head's throbbing. You can't really focus. So, with that said, I think they're doing the right thing. Keeping him fresh. Hopefully he gets right. Michael says 4 stars for the Clips, but can't get a win. Oh, man. 4 stars? How many basketballs are there? There's 1 basketball. You see, it's a team sport. That's what people continue to forget. Believe it or not, in year 2023, they forget that the LA Lakers with Gary Payton, what was his name? Dwight Howard. Was it? Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Kobe, Pau Gasol couldn't get it done. Then you had Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Kobe couldn't get it done. It's how the pieces work together. How do they fit as well? And I don't see any of those, many of those Clipper players able to do the dirty work off ball as well. So that's going to be interesting. Also, they need to figure out their pecking order in terms of who they're throwing the ball to. It should be Kawhi Leonard, number 1. Paul George, number 2. James Harden should be number 3. That notion that they're going to give Harden the ball and he's the system, that's ridiculous. You're just setting yourself up to fail because it didn't work with Philly. you know. But I'm laughing right now. I'm not worried. Michael says if PG-13 is available at the deadline, would we acquire him? Would I acquire him? I think that boat sailed, man. I really do. I think RJ Barrett's start to the year, the best start to his 5th year of his career, in the 5th year. Early in the off season, I was okay for exploring the PG deal, but not right now. I think I'll let that one sail, man. We need to get younger. And right now we have a great young wing that's 23 years old coming up. And he's been durable. Hopefully this thing is just nothing. And yeah, we need to get healthy. Fam, the shootings come along. Dirty says, I feel like a guy could play with a bruised wrist on offhand if necessary. Yeah, we'll see. I think the good thing is we've had guys who have been quite durable most of the part, and they're able to play through some little bit of pain. Julius was criticized early in the year. He could have sat out. Talk about in a league where people need no excuse to sit out. Julius Randle was willing to play early. It did hurt the team, but he's playing better now, and the ankle looks good. And the New York Knicks with our 2 big guns are rolling, and quickly stepping up big time. So, yeah, talking about predictions after tomorrow's game, we'll look at the week ahead. But my previous week's prediction was we would win Atlanta, we would win Washington, and we'd win Charlotte. So no surprises there, fam. And I know most of you guys thinking the same thing. The Atlanta one was probably the most hit or miss, but tonight was up and down. But we closed the deal late. I think Julius Randle's been playing well on the ball and better off the ball. The chemistry between him and the rest of the starting unit is starting to gel. Brunson has lost that hesitation. He's now shooting. He's firing at will. And he's shooting career high numbers from 3. And the stats, we'll look at that one last time before we wrap this thing up. After 11 games, before tonight's game, the New York Knicks were first in opponents' field points allowed. Opponents' points allowed, and we allowed 99 points tonight, so that's excellent. We're stingy in the defense. We're not giving second chance points. We're first in second chance points by an opponent. We're 5th in opponents' points on a fast break. So remember, in the years with Amari, with Melo, before that, how quick teams would score buckets on us. This is the complete opposite. Teams are getting back in transition. We've got more faster, durable wings. Talking about the Quickleys, the Grimeses, the Barretts, the Harts, the DiVincenzos, and the Mitches running the floor well. So we're stopping the fast break. We got to start putting up more points of our own, but we've got to shoot more threes to do that. We're 7th in the league in 3-point percentage, but we're only 25th in the league in points per game, and we're 28th in field goal percentage. So we're not as efficient from the field, but we're efficient from 3, and we're not putting enough points. So I think Tom Thibodeau's plan to shoot more threes is still alive. We're not contesting as many shots, so we're 30th in blocks. We're 27th in assists. That should go up soon. We are starting to move the ball more. But maybe we're just, because we're isolation, the ball movement doesn't always convert into an assist. For an example, Randle kicks it out, quickly dribbles 3 or 4 times, and then scores. That's not going to be an assist. That goes down as good ball movement, but it doesn't go down as an assist. Another example is Brunson can dump it down low to Randle, but Randle can wait 5 seconds backing his man down before he does a move, and then that doesn't translate into an assist. So the assist thing can be a little misleading. It doesn't necessarily mean we're not moving the ball well. It just means guys aren't scoring straight away. We still are an isolation heavy team. So, but I do like our 10th in steals, obviously rebounds, and we're taking care of the ball, fam. 7th in fewest turnovers in the league. Tonight we forced the Wizards to 14 turnovers. We only had 10. We had 5 at the half, and we had 9 at the end of the third, and we only had 1 turnover in the fourth. So that's good execution. And we talked about Quickley playing with Brunson and being able to take care of the ball as well. Look, I would have signed up for this early. 5th in the league in defensive rating, 14th in offense. So that's solid. That's where we're at. Each guy's playing their role, Mitchell Robinson, we're not 14th in offensive rating without Mitchell Robinson's offensive rebounding. Despite us being 25th in points. So let's get it, fam. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, appreciate everyone out here rocking out on the streets of buzzing. Smash that like button. And we're about to hit our easiest part of the schedule, ladies and gents, as we take on Charlotte tomorrow night. Join us post-game live again, and a replay squad if you're on your grind. And I know you're still checking in. Appreciate you. And this is a fun part of the year now. It's starting to really click as these New York Knicks, I think, hopefully take this opportunity to put the pedal to the metal and get 5 to 10 games over 500 early. That's going to really set us up for a deep run and hopefully a home court. But next week, Minnesota, Miami. And we look ahead to this NBA Cup tournament. There's that week in Vegas at the beginning of December, and we'll see where we're at. With that, ladies and gentlemen, as we all get ready to wrap this thing up, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night, and hopefully the New York Knicks can get that wild card spot, or we can trump the Bucks. We'll see. Maybe it comes down to getting that points differential and getting that wild card spot. But most people don't care about this NBA Cup. The players probably want a little more money, but health is more above all else, fam. Health. And we move right now. And I salute to the chat. Have a blessed night, and I'll see you soon. Peace.